Well, good evening and welcome to another EMTV Rewind. I hope you're all well and staying safe. Now, we all know how exciting a good local derby can be, and tonight we have a cracker for you. We're only going back 3 years to 2017 and the 15th of September. That was the night that Glasgow Tigers came calling in the Championship. My name is Liam Rudden.
And I'm John McGilvray, and as Liam said, late in 2017, Edinburgh and Glasgow were both chasing playoff places when the Tigers came to Armadale. The Tigers had a strong team and for early part of the season had been sweeping all before them, but not all had gone according to plan. However, the visitors had Richie Worrall, Richard Lawson and Aaron Summers as a strong spearhead, while Sam Masters, Wells and Erik Riss were the heat leaders for the home side. The two number 6 riders, Max Clegg and Glasgow's guest James Sarjeant, were to play a big part in the meeting. For the Monarchs then, at number 1 is Sam Masters, at number 2 Josh Pickering, at 3 Richie Wells and at 4 Mark Riss, at number 5 it's his brother Erik Riss, and in reserves at number 6 is Max Clegg, and at number 7 Mitchell Davey.
Thanks, John. Lots of familiar faces lining up in the Glasgow side of 2017. At number 1, a current What the Fork Monarch, it was Richie Worrall. Number 2, Ashley Morris. Number 3, Richard Lawson had the number 3 race jacket. Number 4, there was a rider replacement for another ex-Monarch, Dan Bewley, with another ex-Monarch at number 5, Aaron Summers. At number 6, James Sarjeant, a What the Fork Monarch. And at number 7, Ryan McDonald. So let's go over to commentator Mike Hunter and let's go racing.
Well, it's a big match at Armadale tonight. The Monarchs against the Tigers, and both close to qualifying for the playoffs, but not absolutely certain yet. I think that's the case. Richard, it's not worth studying, is it? Because there's too many matches still to go. But you reckon the Tigers can get in there, as it's looked all season as though they definitely would?
Yeah, as you say, it has looked like that all season, but now it's getting a bit closer, it's getting a bit tighter as well. So we've had a few bad meetings at home in which we've slipped up, so we need to get back on form tonight and pick up something at least.
Yes, I mean, you started the season like an express train, as though you were going to be topped by a mile, and it has gone a wee bit slightly off the rails, but obviously you believe that you can turn it back round again and still come through on top, possibly.
Yeah, we do. There's still a positive atmosphere within the guys, so you know, we know where we've gone wrong, and you know, we've had a bit of bad luck as well with a couple of riders getting injured and stuff, and we're a bit depleted tonight, but you know, they're the cards we've dealt with, and I still think we can make them playoffs, and come playoff time we're back on form.
You might be the right guy to ask if Dan Bewley's going to be coming back this season, do you know?
Well, he had a practice, I believe, on Wednesday, and he's felt a bit rough. I think he's going to have another practice on Sunday and play by there. But yeah, we expect him back pretty soon.
Yeah, because he's obviously a great talent, and I thought whoever signed him would win the league, and could well be the case yet.
Could well be, yeah. Hopefully he can bounce back, because, you know, having one rider out is bad enough, and now it's looking like 2, 3. So it's... yeah, we need to get as many boys back as possible.
Your personal season's been pretty good, for probably especially for Somerset. You get some really big scores there. Are you reasonably happy with how it's gone? Yeah,
reasonably happy. Obviously, it could have gone better. Struggled a bit with the consistency. I've had some big scores, but I had some bad ones as well. So, feeling good at the moment. I had a run of good meetings, so looking to carry that on tonight. Yeah,
and I think you thought you should have been in the squad at least for the World Cup, and presumably that's still a target to get into that.
Yeah, I thought, not to name me in the top 10 was a bit harsh, but that's his opinion. I got to live with it. So I'll just try and keep up my game, and it's one of the things I'd like to do in the future. So yeah.
And do you think the Tigers can beat the Monarchs tonight, even with maybe 1 or 2 missing?
I always look forward to these meetings. The Derby clash. It's good, and it'll be tough. And I always think it can go either way, so I think it's going to be especially tough for us tonight, but we'll be up for it as you guys will be as well. Yeah.
Well, let's hope it's a really good match. Everybody comes out fit, and maybe we both qualify for the playoffs and meet in the final. You never know.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that'd be pretty perfect.
Thanks very much, Richard. Cheers. Heat 1 then of the latest Scottish Derby, and an important one too. From the inside, Ashley Morris, Josh Pickering, Richie Worrall and Sam Masters. And Worrall's away well. Masters on his outside, trying to cut back, and he's just managed to get ahead of Morris, with Pickering also diving in front of Morris. But Morris coming back on that inside line. Pickering's held the third. Masters chasing hard on Worrall. And Morris pushing very hard on Pickering, almost inside him there. Pickering has to go very quick into the turn. Hanging on to that point. Masters edging closer. Once again this time Pickering a bit out of control, and Morris very close. Tremendous battle for the point. Morris has got it turned again. Pickering dashing for the line, and it's a shared race in the end. Really the big tussle was for the third there. Richie Worrall quite comfortably in front, I think, most of the time. 3-all. Heat 2, it'll be Max Clegg eventually on gate 1. Gate 2 is James Sarjeant. Mitchell Davey, gate 3, and Ryan McDonald comes in for the Tigers, for whom Jack Smith got injured last night. Oh, for goodness sake. James Sarjeant, as always. So all 4 back for the restart, with James Sarjeant picking up a warning. Well, that was just a plain good start, I think, by Sarjeant. No doubts about that one. And Clegg, though, moves smoothly ahead out of the second corner. No doubt Sarjeant is a good starter, and it's a matter of opinion whether he moves sometimes too quickly. Monarchs holding the upper hand. Sarjeant looks as though he's riding well. Max Clegg into his last lap. Always a key man for the Monarchs. Doesn't always come up with the goods. So Davies having a last gasp go at James Sarjeant, who's dropped back a bit, but it's a 4-2 to the Monarchs for Heat 2, and a good start for Max Clegg.
Sponsors of Heat number 2, and whilst it was James Sarjeant fastest out of the gates, for the time the riders exited bend number 2, Max Clegg was in the lead in a position that he held on to right to the checkered flag. So,
Heat 3, Richard Lawson's on gate 1, Mark Riss gate 2, James Sarjeant takes a rider replacement ride from gate 3. This time doesn't rocket away from the tapes, but Richard Lawson does. Where's Ricky Wells going to finish up? Hasn't caught Lawson anyway, so the Tigers heat leaders making good starts so far. And James Sarjeant's gone alongside Mark Riss, could pass him. Mark's very wide on the pits turn, far too wide. Absolutely blown that one. And Ricky Wells is in trouble too. The Tigers definitely in the ascendancy here. Lawson a long way clear of the Monarchs' in-form man, really, Ricky Wells. So the Tigers level the scores, and a pretty poor first ride for Mark Riss. Good rides by both Tigers there.
of Bill McEwen, and it's a fantastic gate from Richard Lawson. Off into the distance, Ricky Wells playing catch up, and ultimately all in vain, and with James Sarjeant getting in the point.
Gate 4, Ryan McDonald from gate number 1. Gate 2's Mitchell Davey. Aaron Summers, Glasgow captain, in gate 3, and Erik Riss comes from gate 4. Mitchell Davey rockets away from the start. One of the best starts I've seen him get round here. Erik Riss leads the way. What can Mitchell do? Can he possibly head Aaron Summers? That would be some achievement. Needs to keep it steady, of course. Aaron going for the big outside run, and I think he's close. He's made it. Has he? No, he hasn't. He's come down. Where's Ryan McDonald? He's referee let that race run quite late. Not sure where Ryan McDonald got to. There he is on the 4th turn, and the Monarchs have taken a 5-0 with Mitchell Davey. Terrific effort to make it so hard for Aaron that unfortunately came down.
Just the 2 finishers, and they are both Parsons Peebles Monarchs. A great gate from both of them. They were both in 1 and 2, although Mitchell under heavy pressure. But the pair of them coming round to take the spoils after 4. Victory lap, Erik. A 1-2 for the home boys. And we'll
Heat 5, Ricky Wells, Ashley Morris, Mark Riss and Richie Worrall. And it's Mark Riss, I think, who's made the best start. Mark leads down the back straight. Where's Ricky Wells going to finish up? He's gone bombing into that fourth corner. He's been locked out by Morris. Not gating well tonight, Ricky. Mark Riss quite disappointing in his first ride, but he's certainly flying in this one. Ricky's tailed off still. Struggling to find a way to get past Ashley Morris. Final corner, where's he going to go? He's gone for the wide line again. He's been on each time and he can't do anything from there. That's bad for Ricky, but terrific ride by Mark Riss.
The sponsor keeps smiling, Leslie, the message. And that was a fantastic lead by Mark Riss. He was under heavy pressure from the two visiting riders, but he held on.
Heat 6, it's Aaron Summers, Sam Masters, Ryan McDonald and Josh Pickering. And Summers gets a bomber of a start from gate 1. That's where Ricky completely missed it from in the previous race. Of course, Aaron fell in his first race. So it's all unpredictable. Summers miles clear. I'd say Tigers have really made a better start to this match than the Monarchs have, but they conceded that 5-0. Tigers have now got Ryan McDonald's third ride dealt with, so they can use James Sarjeant from here on in. I think they'll be quite happy with the situation as it stands. Gap stays at 5.
And the Tigers skipper atoning for his last ride. Fantastic gate from Aaron. And off into the distance after not seriously threatened. Another share of the spoils in 6-0, whilst the win goes the way.
Gate 7, Erik Riss, Richard Lawson, Max Clegg and Ashley Morris taking the rider replacement ride. And Eric gets a terrific start off gate 1. Gate 1 seems to work for everybody except Ricky Wells. Tigers in second and third at the moment, but Max Clegg putting them under pressure. And he's come by Morris there. Good effort by Clegg if he can come through. Morris has come back though. And I think Morris knows now that that's Clegg's strong line as well. Clegg's gone wider this time. Erik Riss certainly racing clear. Clegg's back in the hunt again, and Morris is having to ride close in with Summers, Lawson, but he's made sure of the point.
Lead number 7, E.J. Brown and Company, the co-sponsors, along with Cooler Car and the Lidco Cars. And inside gate proving victorious for Erik Riss, the German, out there like a rat out of a drain pipe, but the battle thereafter on for the lesser positions.
Oh, Heat 8 looks a fairly crucial one to me. From the inside, it's Mitchell Davey, James Sarjeant, Josh Pickering and Ashley Morris. And the visitors have gated, which doesn't come as a great surprise. These two are looking in good form tonight. Josh Pickering is going for that outside blast. Sarjeant's well clear. Josh lifting there as he tries to put in a challenge. James Sarjeant hasn't had a good season, but is looking in sparkling form tonight. Picking up in there again, and this was on the cards. In the end, very comfortable indeed for the two Tigers guests, Sarjeant and Morris, well ahead of Pickering and Davy. Just 1 point in it now.
From their pairing, and they finished 1-2, and comfortably so, if the truth be known.
Heat 9, Mark Riss on gate 1, Aaron Summers gate 2, Ricky Wells gate 3, and James Sarjeant on gate 4. The flying James Sarjeant, and look at the gate James has made there. Mark Riss is away again. Incredibly, it's James Sarjeant that's gone past him. Ricky Wells coming into the picture. He's not hanging around. Wells up on the outside of Sarjeant, and he's gone by him. Superb riding by Wells there. Aaron Summers way off. Mark Riss also putting a lot of pressure on Sarjeant, and he might have got through there. Sarjeant just back round him again. Terrific race. Once again, Riss puts the pressure on as they enter the last turn, and it's Sarjeant who gets the second. Tremendous race. The Monarchs add 2 to their lead. They're 3 points ahead now, and that was some ride by Ricky Wells to get ahead, but what a good effort by Sarjeant as well.
That one was action right up to the end. One thing we know for sure, Richie Worrall taking the checkered flag.
Heat 10, Josh Pickering on gate 1, James Sarjeant on gate 2, Sam Masters gate 3, and Richard Lawson coming from gate 4. Lawson's away well, Masters trying to get inside him there. Sarjeant's come round Pickering. Masters lost it badly there, and Sarjeant's gone ahead of him, and I think any suggestion that Sam Masters is fit has just gone out the window there. The Tigers will take the lead here. We have to feel that Sam shouldn't really be riding. Normally the Monarchs rock. That is a depressingly easy 5-1 to the Tigers. Lawson and Sarjeant, what a meeting Sarjeant's having for a rider with such a low average.
And it's just the perfect game for the Tigers. A 1-2 from Richard Lawson and James Sarjeant means we are...
We've had a delay for the Ben Fund collection, and now we're ready for 8-11. Richie Worrall, Erik Riss, Ashley Morris and Max Clegg. And Clegg's away well from the outside, but it's Worrall who leads, with Riss and Clegg on his tail. Clegg wide there, he'll have to work hard to stay ahead of Ashley Morris. Erik Riss unbeaten to this point, but he's struggling here. And Morris is putting Max Clegg under a lot of pressure there. Clegg going right into the dirt, and that worked for him. Clegg's got third sewn up. Riss is tearing after Worrall, but has just got too much to do. Tigers man made the gate. So Glasgow maintain their 1 point lead thanks to Richie Worrall there. Good battling third for Max Clegg. And Monarchs trail by a point.
In memory of Morris Gordon, and a really hard ride by Richie Worrall, riding a very, very impressive line and holding off the attentions of Erik Riss. But separated from his teammate by a brace of Monarchs on another share of the spot.
gate 12, it's James Sarjeant having his 6th ride, coming from gate number 1. Ricky Wells is in gate 2. Richard Lawson has only dropped 1 point. He rides from gate 3, and Max Clegg comes in to replace Mitchell Davey and rides from gate 4. And it's Wells and it's Clegg, incredibly. Max Clegg rarely gates from the outside, but he has here. He's away out in the dark. Richard Lawson's completely tailed off at the back. Sarjeant moving in to challenge Clegg, who's fighting for grip. Halfway mark. Final lap, Ricky Wells well clear. And what a ride by Max Clegg, and what a surprise race result. Monarchs take a 5-1 to go 3 up with 3 races remaining.
League number 12, APN RTDJ, the co-sponsors along with Edinburgh Dumbarton supporters. And a fantastic gate out of Tune 4 by the 2 home boys. And after that second bend, they were off into the distance. And despite an early flurry, thereafter, Max Clegg held on to finish on his partner's tailpipe. So, the perfect score for the Parsons People's Monarchs in Heat 12. The win for Ricky Wells, the paid win for Max. And we'll head for Bill and find out what that means.
Well, Heat 13, it's Sam Masters, Richie Worrall, Erik Riss and Aaron Summers. And I think, well, it's Masters and Worrall to the first corner. Masters took Worrall very wide there. Look at this. Worrall come back through the middle. Summers has fallen. Here comes Masters back for a challenge on Worrall, and he's gone absolutely thundering inside him. Good heavens. Sam Masters has been toiling. Look at this for a ride. Summers is back on. Erik Riss is up the inside of Richie Worrall. But Worrall will come back hard here. Worrall's into second. What a race. Masters, after a disastrous night so far, wins the race. An absolutely thunderous Heat 13 and a 4-2 to the Monarchs to go 5 points up with 2 to go. A handshake there.
The riders shaking hands after that as well they might. Absolutely magnificent speedway. That lead changing hands, some awesome passing. That's what it's all about. And finally, a win for the skipper of the Parsons People's Monarchs, Sam Masters, victorious. What a ride by Richie Worrall to get into second. Him and Eric had a right ding-dong battle. That was magnificent. Let's check in with the box as the grading goes on and get the load in after 13.
Official results of Heat 13, sponsored by A&G and also by Sheila and Derek Webber. It was a win.
Heat 14, absolutely crucial now. Aaron Summers, Max Clegg, James Sarjeant and Mark Riss. Sargeant's rocketed away, so's Clegg well away. Clegg who leads. Mark Riss is going to come down, surely. No, he hasn't. Where's this version of Max Clegg been all season? 2 laps gone. Mark Riss is out of the race. Monarch's white hope for this race is on the centre green. Max Clegg is on the last lap of one of his best ever victories, if that's what it turns out to be. What a ride, what a meeting for Max Clegg. He's won the match for the Monarchs.
Here as he crosses the line. He took a paid win in heat number 12. He's taken a full win in heat number 14.
Fantastic ride by Max Clegg.
Peebles Monarchs win the meeting. That's a big step towards those end of season playoffs. Heat 14, the victor, the rider in blue, Max Clegg. Wow, very much in the frame for that bubbly.
Okay, just before Heat 15, let me pop in here to remind you that you can drop John and myself a line here with any requests or dedications or shout-outs you have. Just email John and Liam at edinburghmonarchs.co.uk, or you can catch us on Twitter at Liam Rudden and at TheBoyJan. Now that's also the way to get in touch with us with questions for our Sunday lunch series, every Sunday at noon on EMTV. Last week we did the first ever one, and it was very, very popular, with Sam Masters in Australia having a chat with us. This week we've got Mr. Entertainer himself. It's Josh Pickering who's going to be joining us. So if you've got any questions for Josh, fire them over now. Remember, noon on Sunday on EMTV. You can also catch up with all the old EMTV Sunday Lives and the EMTV Rewinds on the club website. Over to you, John.
Yeah, thanks Liam. That's not all from us for tonight. If you're watching live, you can join the British Speedway quiz at night, taking place over on the British Speedway Facebook and YouTube from 8:30. To get involved, just search for Speedway GP on social media, or click the link we've just put in the comments. You can join us next week, where we'll be here on Tuesday the 28th of April, 7:30, for Edinburgh versus Sheffield, the Knockout Cup from May 2007. We'll see you on Sunday at noon for Sunday lunch with Joshie Pickering. Until then, stay safe.
Heat 15 then, in which the Monarchs need a finisher to ensure victory. It's Richie Worrall, Ricky Wells, Richard Lawson and Erik Riss. Tigers are away well. Riss going way round the boards. That's allowed Ricky Wells to get through into second. Lawson took Riss so wide that there was a huge gap up the inside for Wells. Wells trying to close in on Worrall. Tight at the back as well. Tigers will ensure that they get a point with this result. They needed to avoid losing the race. Into the final lap. Worrall, possibly the man of the match, is winning it. Erik Riss trying an extravagant cutback, and he's just short of the finish, I think. 4-2 to the Tigers. They hit 40. No, what do they hit? We'll get the score in a minute. 43, I think. Edinburgh are on 46.
But the balance of the spoils going the way of the Glasgow Tigers. That will give them a bonus point on the night, which could become crucial. But let's check in with the boxing bell for the final time.
Official results of Heat 15.
Well, after that thrilling Scottish derby, here's one of the home heroes, Ricky Wells. Tough match, Ricky. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was long night. You know, I had a little bit of a blip in my second one, which I got pretty angry about. But good effort from the team. We never gave up. So, you know, what more can you say?
I think when Glasgow went a point up and Sam was obviously struggling, most people would have thought that we were not going to come back from that, but somehow or other we did. And I think, well, you won and after that, and Sam's ride in Heat 13 was pretty memorable.
Yeah, so to be honest, the track was pretty weird tonight. It was a little bit different, very slick. I said straight away on track walk the Glasgow boys are gonna like this, so it made it difficult for us. But like I said, everyone did their part tonight. Max, it was good to see Max scoring some points, and you know, Sam never gave up. Nobody gave up tonight, so I was about ready to pack up and leave after my second ride, but I decided to stay, and at least I scored some points.
Yeah. Well, you got a poor start in your second race, and then you tried to find a way around the outside, but there wasn't. You didn't manage it. But none of you. It wasn't a bad ride, and it was pretty obvious that if you made starts, you were going to win.
Yeah, it was actually my first last place, other than a heat 13 or 15. So it was pretty disappointing, but oh well. We got over it and moved on. So it's what I was doing last week with changes on the bike and everything. I felt unbeatable last week. I felt really good and everything. And what I did that last week, this week, it didn't seem to work, which was annoying. But like I said, got the win. It would have been a pretty negative result, I think, for the team's morale as well if we would have lost to these guys tonight. So it's move on tomorrow. We should be able to get the 4 points tomorrow at my old track Workington as well.
Certainly hope so. If you feel you've had a bad night, you've still got double figures. Not too bad, is it?
Yeah, I said it earlier in an interview as well. It's I like this track. I go down this track, and that's the way it goes. I mean, it probably sounds pretty cocky and arrogant, but it's just I think I just build up so much for myself, and I know what I can do. And when I drop stupid points, I think it gets me pretty wound up. So. But you learn these boys are a tough team. They're built the same as us. They got a strong top three, and we might meet them in a couple of weeks in the playoff final or the semis or whatever.
Could be. Okay, Ricky. Thank you very much. Well done.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, the Parsons People's Monarchs are going on a walk tonight for their victory parade, just as well they won to make it worthwhile. A pretty tremendous meeting all round. Looked for quite a bit of the evening as though Glasgow were going to come out on top, especially after they took the lead in Heat 10. But sensational riding by Sam Masters in Heat 13 and by Max Clegg in his last two races turned it round in Monarchs' favour. A terrific Scottish derby. The home scorers, Sam Masters 8 from 4, Josh Pickering 3 and 2 from 4, Ricky Wells 10 from 5, Mark Riss 4 from 4, Erik Riss 9 from 5, Max Clegg got 9 and 2 from 5, probably his best performance that I've ever seen, especially in his last couple of rides, and Mitchell Davey 3 and a bonus from 3. That's 46. On the Glasgow side they scored 43. Richie Worrall was absolutely superb at number 1. He got 13 from 5. Ashley Morris got 4 and 3 from 5. A very good performance by him, really. Richard Lawson 9 from 5. Aaron Summers will be disappointed only to have scored 5 from 5. But at number 6, the man who nearly won it for the Tigers, James Sarjeant, with what must be his best performance of the season, 12 and 2 from 7 for James, and Ryan McDonald no score from his 3 rides at number 7. So whilst the truck and the Monarchs come out separately, the Monarchs fans will celebrate. The Tigers fans, I think, can be pretty pleased with their team's efforts as well. It's been a great Scottish derby, 46-43 to the Monarchs. That's it. Good night from Armadale.
Ricky Wells back,